Never follow the sat-nav.
This is insane.
Follow the signs, not the sat-nav.
No, follow the sat-nav. Oh my god.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, he did it. Okay, if he can do it, here comes Colin McRae. Oh, feel the incline. Go on, Tesla. We're really falling back on ourselves here. Welcome to day 15 of our Euro trip / honeymoon, or honeymoon / Euro trip. We are at the beautiful Camping Dorna. Is it Camping Dorna? Sorry, Camping Darna. Camping Darna. The swans. This is the first time I've seen swans on this lake. Swans are out for a little swim. This is our third day, second night. We just had our second night here at Camping Darna. Is it Darna or Dorna? My memory is terrible. Swans are coming in. I'm getting distracted by these swans here. How cool is that? So yeah, this is the view. That is the view from our bedroom in our Tesla Model Y. If you are new to the series, we are camping all around Europe for our honeymoon. We're doing a European trip. We basically drove all the way from Scotland. We're now in Italy. So one of the benefits with the Tesla is you can put it into what's called camp mode and it keeps the climate control running. But obviously the downside of doing so is it will consume some battery. Been here 3 days now. We arrived with about 55% battery, something like that. We've had the camp mode on every single night, but I think we have had it on sometimes during the day, occasionally. It does have a very handy feature. Tesla don't want you to be left stranded without any power and not able to get somewhere to charge. So essentially about an hour ago, I got a notification on my phone saying that the climate control had been automatically turned off because our car battery had reached 21%, and it obviously gives you a chance to go and get a charge. Later on when we come back, we discovered yesterday that you can hire paddle boards for €10 an hour, which is a bargain. And if you watch some of our previous videos, basically the day where we had the worst storm ever that we've ever experienced, that essentially nearly destroyed everything that we had. If you watch that video, you'll see we were paddleboarding on another lake in Germany, and those paddleboards I thought were quite long, but these ones here are massive. Any thoughts, Rebecca? Anything to add?
I'm tired.
We're both very tired. I think it's just all of the travelling. I think everything's catching up to us now. I think it's been good to spend obviously 2 nights so far, 3 days here, but will be another night at camping Darna. It's been really good to just not be at a campsite for one night. Rebecca's very relieved. You really do need to take a break sometimes, you know, just enjoy actually being present somewhere rather than just constantly being on the move. Just getting ready to go. And I just had an idea. So this Camping Darna, or as I've been calling it, Camping Dorna, has been tripping me up the whole time. And I've just came up with, I think it's a clever idea to keep me in line. Now, don't know if any of yous are familiar. Don't know if any of yous are familiar with the TV series back in the day, Lost. Now, does this not look familiar? If you've seen Lost, that was the first thing that I thought when we came here. It looks like we are on the set of Lost. If you watch the whole series, you'll know about the Dharma Initiative in Lost. I was a big Lost fanboy back in the day. Went down a lot of rabbit holes back then. One of the first big TV series that I actually saw. It actually helped me fall in love with filmmaking and script writing and things like that. So yeah, the Dharma Initiative, Camping Darna. There you go, easy peasy. Nice wee hack just to keep me in line. So yeah, we're just assessing the situation here. As you might have seen from a previous video in the camping Nattersee, just outside of Innsbruck. That was the first time that we actually drove the car away and left the tent. So what we're going to do today in order to do that is we're going to take this section here that's attached to the boot. We're going to take that all off. We're going to take this awning down as well so we can actually drive away. And then this whole section here just basically zips off. We'll put it back in the tent, or you can put it back in the car. And then in the front, or fruit, however you want to call it, the front boot, there is a piece that came with the tent that is essentially just like a flat piece that we will zip on to this whole section here, and then it just means that it's like a proper tent. and then it means that we can just drive away. When we come back, it's just simply a case, I say simply because it's quite tight here, it's going to be interesting, but it's simply a case of just reversing the car back in, connect it all back up to the boot, and we'll be good to go. We'll be back in car tent mode. We'll be off to Lugano soon, and then to Como. Like I said, we're going to do a loop rather than going one road and coming back the same road. We're going to do a loop so we get to see a bit more scenery, and yeah, we'll be entering Switzerland and then back in, leaving Italy into Switzerland, and then leaving Switzerland into Italy, and we'll come back through Italy. So yeah, quite strange. You can't do that at home in Scotland, really. You can't, you know, unless you want to drive all the way down to England, and you know, it's just not really quite the same. So that's it done. Car's away, parked it further down. I've got the new sheet on. That's the tent, a proper tent now. So yeah, we're just gonna go chuck our organic recycling, our 2 little apple cores, and then we'll get on the road to Lugano and we'll get a charging point. So yeah, looking forward to a wee drive. I've not been driving in, what, 2 days now, so yeah, looking forward to getting back on the road. Okay, so like anywhere, not everyone's nice. Just met my first idiot in Italy. Just went to the recycling centre. So there's seems like there's more than one recycling centre here. I was just going to put 2 apple cores, literally just 2 apple cores in the recycling area, because I wanted to put it in the composting bin. I showed up at the wrong time, supposedly, because the dude was there to, basically the bin collection guy, waste collection guy, he's there to collect the waste, and he parks right up, and there's enough space for him to get in and me to get in as well. And I just says to him, you know, just here to put the 2 apple cores, and he says, go to the next one, go to the next one. And I says, it's just 2 apple cores. I says, where's the next one? He says, look at the map, look at the map. So I looks at the map. The next recycling centre is all the way the very, very, very far corner of the site. And so if I was in his shoes and I saw someone, they had 2 apple cores and I'm collecting the waste, I would have just says, here, just give me them, I'll chuck them in. Maybe the guy's having a really bad day, who knows, you never know, that's the thing, you never know what people are going through, so maybe he's having a bad day. Yeah, so then I thought I says I was just 2 apple cores, so I thought he'd gestured me to come in, but I think he'd actually gestured me to bugger off. So what did I do? I walked in and goes to put them away, and he says, are you serious? Are you serious? And I says, it's just 2 apple cores. I says, okay then. So I walks away. Rather than going, you know, all the way to the other recycling bin, I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to put it in the general waste. The dude is literally just left right now with the rubbish, so I could have just waited like 2 minutes and I would have composted it. But yeah, just shows you, wherever you go in the world, we've met, like 99% of the people we've met have been lovely, but you just get that 1% who are just complete. We're ready to get on the road, onto brighter notes. We've just pulled up at a supercharger at Lugano. So I think the base of the lake is just over there. And this is something I was looking at last night. Check this out, it's called Swiss Miniature. Basically it's like a mini Switzerland, like little miniature models of Switzerland. So there's like a mountain here, like cable cars, and everything is like functional. So there's like working cable cars, working trains. Still at the charging station in Lugano. It's very, very busy. I think pretty much all of the stalls are being used right now. So I actually have a message saying, high usage supercharger station, charging limit set to 80%, adjust limit if needed. So essentially we're only getting 62 kilowatts as well, 63 kilowatts now. It's kind of throttling the speed for everybody just because it's super busy. It obviously it's only got so much capacity, but while we're waiting here I thought let me show you the map of the campsite at Camping Darna, just to give you an idea of everything that's on the site. It's absolutely massive and there's a lot to do. Like I said, we are at plot number 53 there with a fantastic view, one of the best spots I would say. So you've got the reception, mini market, restaurant, toilets, a baby room, toilet services for disabled people, washing machines, first aid, camper service. You've got the harbour, the boat ramp, barbecue area, playground, inflatable slide for kids, the animation stage, the swimming pool next to the restaurant as well, tennis, football and volleyball court, boat trailer parking, the dog area, the beach and an electric car charging station. Really well equipped campsite, absolutely massive. I highly recommend it. So we've got 5 minutes remaining of our charge. It's going to take us to 80%. It's going to be plenty. We've only got one more night at Camp Darna, and then we'll be on the road to the Alsace region of France. What we've been doing is a little hack just to make it quicker when we've been driving away and leaving the tent. We've just been leaving our bed in place, and then we just chuck any like valuables, so anything that we don't want to lose, we just chuck them in the back here, and it just means that when we get back to the campsite, it's a really quick setup, just getting the tent reattached to the back of the car. And then I guess at the end of the day, if you're driving about and you decide, you know what, we want to stay in this town or this city for one night, we don't need to go back to our campsite, you know, the place is really cool, you've got a bed for the night, easy peasy. You've got the fridge in the back. What more do you need apart from a toilet? Maybe we'll get a porta potty, a composting toilet at some point. I'm not sure. Maybe we're pushing the limits in that sense. We're somewhere in Switzerland on the way to Como, and I saw online this gelateria place that do gelato and milkshakes. We're gonna check it out. But one thing I must say is driving in these little Swiss towns is not a nice experience. It's like so many one-ways and bizarre roads, and yeah, it's very strange. The least enjoyable place we've driven yet. We just tried to pay for parking at the parking meter. It says it accepts euro coins, but every time we put the coin in, it just comes back out again. So we're gonna be quick. We're gonna grab something. We're gonna go. You like your hazelnut gelato? Fantastic. Well, that was worth it. A little bit of a language barrier, but that's our problem. If we spoke some French or Spanish, he would have been able to help. As you can see, I got a milkshake. I went for the same as Rebecca, a hazelnut ice cream, a gelato. I got the milkshake. Rebecca got the cone. Can't have a tub supposedly. I like a tub because it doesn't drip, but I went for the milkshake instead so I can have this while I'm driving. And we're off to Como. We are in an underground car park in Como, and my god, the roads in Como are crazy. Bouncy, bumpy, tight, narrow. So I've heard this about Como, it can be a nightmare to get parked. So just to give you an idea how tight these spaces are, let's see, look at that car over there. Tiny spaces. They're really for like tiny Italian cars, so we thought we could maybe rent over here because it's a disabled spot, and I don't think any disabled person is going to park down here, but I wouldn't want to block them. But very tight spaces, so luckily someone was leaving here and we're well within the lines here. My only concern, so you can see how close, you know, we've had to manoeuvre. Rebecca helped me manoeuvre here, but you can see how close we are here. We were even closer to their door, so I've managed to squeeze it in a bit more. But just if you are ever driving in Como, just to prepare you, there is on-street parking as well, but obviously you run the risk of it's just like even down here someone could come down and break into your car. So yeah, one thing I will say is parking in Como definitely tests the strength of your relationship. We just oh god, I nearly died. I nearly died. Como's already trying to kill us. So yeah, it will test the strength of your relationship. I just saw there was that Italian couple in a Peugeot trying to park next to where we were going to park, and whew, she was screaming and shouting at him. It looked like they already had a dent in their car anyway, so I'm assuming they've already had a few bumps. Hopefully their relationship is not as bumpy. But yeah, Rebecca did very well. She kept her cool. Got to trust each other. She's about to lose her cool. She doesn't enjoy me. Yeah, she doesn't enjoy me filming in public.
And I don't enjoy you tripping up over things because you're not watching when you're going.
Well, we do have health insurance, so it's all good. I'm only joking. So yeah, let's check out Como. We're going to go to this pasta place that we've seen online. So see what it's all about. It's a very quiet place so far, wherever we are. Not sure if this is normal. It was the same in Switzerland when we were in Lugano. We were going to the gelateria place. I don't know if it's because it's a Monday or what. There was like plenty of cars, but hardly any people. Really strange. Yeah, you've got to be very careful going about. That's what I've noticed in Italy, like Berlin and everything like that. It was very well like structured in terms of like crossings and lights and everything. It all just worked like clockwork. But here you've got to be very careful. There are some pedestrian crossings that have lights, so obviously that's fine, you just wait for the light. But there's many that are obviously don't have any lights, and normally at home when you would stand at a crossing, cars will stop for you because you've got right of way and you can go. But here in Italy it doesn't seem to be the case. I mean, you probably do have right of way, but a lot of people just don't give you it, so you really have to just wait for some kind person to stop, and then once they stop the rest have to follow suit. So yeah, just a little tip, be extra cautious and try not to film as well at the same time while you're walking in Como, because it is like a death trap. I've already nearly died. Ooh. Okay, that food was so good. We got too much. It was really interesting setup. So you go in, so you pick your pasta, pick your sauce. We got tomato sauce with vegetables. Then you can choose vegetables to go with it, but we thought the vegetables you choose to go with it, we thought they get added to the pasta, but no, you get those on a separate plate. So yeah, it's a lot of food to eat, but it was absolutely delicious. That's one of the best meals that we've had so far on the trip. But yeah, beautiful, very hot. It's probably about 30 degrees, 30 plus degrees, but plenty of shade, so we don't have any sun cream on today, so we're using shade as our form of sun cream. Yeah, Como so far, beautiful, very, very nice, and we've only just scratched the surface. Rebecca's absolutely gutted. She's left her sketchbook back at the tent.
Yeah.
Don't know if you can see that, but there is a train, or a little mini train, one carriage making its way all the way up this hill. Oh yeah, there's one coming down right there. It is very hot, but very beautiful, stunning. Just as stunning, I would say. Do you know, I would say actually where we are at Lugano is actually even prettier, because it's less built up. All of the tourists are all heading down to this metal statue right here. I did a wee quick bit of research on Google Maps. It's basically where I've been doing all my research for like camping accommodation and restaurants and gelaterias and parking and attractions as well. And you probably gathered my memory, I don't know if it's just this trip or what, my memory is not working as good as it normally does, so I cannot remember what that is. I think it's some statue of hope or something like that, I want to say. But yeah, it's a kind of modern day statue, very Instagram worthy I think, so that's why all the tourists are heading down that way. We're going to buck the trend and continue down the port here. It's that hot, everyone's trying to get refuge. There's people here with their luggage, waiting on their flights. There's even people in the lake with their clothes on, just trying to cool down. I think I'll wait for that paddle boarding when we get back to Lugano. But wow, what a sight over here. Look at these buildings. There's a castle up there, it looks like. This is exactly what you think of when you think of the Italian lakes. Cleaning themselves, oh yeah. So yeah, it's a watering hole for everyone, all animals, all creatures. We're all here, cooling off. There's a war memorial meant to be at the bottom of the park, so I think it might be this building here. Supposedly there's a lot of sunken warships or sunken ships in this lake. That's what we were asking ourselves, why would there be warships in a lake? So my Spanish is not, Italian is not good, but here it says La città è salta con le pietre del Carso, la gloria Gazui Figli, 1915 to 1918. Some building, I have no idea what it is, there's no information. That time of the day again we have popped over to get some gelato at Gelateria Guidi. I went for the coconut with strawberry, which is delicious. Rebecca's gone for her usual hazelnut with coconut as well. How is it?
Really good.
Really good. You seem to get more with a cone. Maybe I need to start taking her advice on the cone. But yeah, just gonna go find a shaded spot to enjoy this beautiful gelato. It's about 20 to 4, I think, quarter to 4. So that's just finished our wee walk about Como, just a little bit of it. Just it's too hot really for us to do a lot. We want to get back to the camp and do stuff. So €6 we were for the parking. That was pretty decent. Can't complain about that. Got ticked off three of the places we wanted to go and eat as well, get gelato at. So it was perfect. So head back to the campsite now. Just going up the coast, just the coast of Como, I don't know, going up the edge of Como. Very tight. Let me hold the mirrors. I'm going to fold the mirrors. Okay. What? Why? Why did it take us this way? Imagine the other way gets stuck. Look, see if we can do this. We can do a Malfi. Mamma mia! Where is it taking us? We're going up at Mount Everest.
So shit. Just be careful.
Yeah, the car behind us is cool. This is obviously a normal. This is just a normal Italian route.
This is not a normal route. This is so terrifying.
Oh!
Never follow the sat nav.
This is insane.
Follow the signs, not the sat nav.
No, follow the sat nav. Oh my god.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, he did it. Okay, if he can do it, here comes Colin McRae. Oh, feel the incline. Go on, Tesla. We're nearly falling back on ourselves here. We scraped underneath.
Ah!
We scraped underneath. Oh!
So much damage to this car.
Oh my
Get
god.
us out of here.
As you can tell, we're back in Lake Lugano. I much prefer it here. And there is a guy, you can't see it right now, there you go, flying a remote control plane, a seaplane. He took off from the lake and he's going to land on the lake. Unreal. So we're on our way to get the paddleboard. It's about close to 6:30. So we're going to rent it for an hour till 7:30. The place closes at 8, so we need to be quite quick. That was some drive from Lake Como, from Como. Yeah, Lake Como, I guess, from Como back up to Lugano. Google Maps took us some crazy way through all these narrow, windy streets. We had to fold the mirrors. And coincidentally enough, we were actually behind another Tesla Model Y, a UK Tesla Model Y. Bizarrely, I'm assuming that the same navigation, Tesla navigation that uses like Google Maps, was sending it the same way. And some of those roads, there was a bit, it was so steep, we were going up, I literally felt like the car was going to fall back over on itself. And then when we got up to the top of it, to the crest of it, we went to turn left, all you could hear underneath the car was scraping, but it's all good. I've had to look underneath. There's a big like shield underneath the battery to protect it, so that's probably been scratched a little bit, but who cares? You don't see that. Well, that was fun. The sun is going down. We've just returned our paddle boards. It was awesome. Absolutely knackered now, ready for some food. I'm gonna miss this place. I highly recommend it. That's what we're saying. It's probably the best scenic location that we've been to, and in terms of all the things that you can do. I mean, seeing the Alps was fantastic as well from the German side and the Austrian side as well. But this is just unreal. It really is. You're like right in the thick of it in these mountains, and it's weird, they don't even feel like mountains because most of them that are around you are covered in trees, but the ones in the distance, like, you can just see the peaks over there. You see them and you definitely are reminded that they are mountains. So yeah, fantastic place, highly recommend it. Highly recommend this campsite as well. Been amazing, been a blast. Find out what the cost is tomorrow, what the damage is, but I think I saw high season where we are. The pitch that we're at is like a special kind of lakeside pitch. There's only 3 or 4 of them, I believe. So you pay a premium for that. So I think it's about €60. Just gonna hang out here because it's quite noisy in there. I'm just going into the restaurant. But yeah, I think it's about €60 per night. Maybe there's like a tax as well and stuff on top of that. So we'll see what the full price is tomorrow. We're just gonna enjoy our food tonight, soak up the vibes, and then we'll be off early, break camp tomorrow, off to Alsace.